Well, hello, Aries, and welcome to Mystic Door Tarot. This is Barb with your weekly tarot card reading for October 13th through the 19th, 2025. And if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Now, just a reminder, Aries, these are general readings, which will not resonate with everyone. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. So with that, let's dive in. Let's see what's going on for this week for Aries. And first want to see what crystal is being suggested for Aries for the week. What's coming through for Aries? Which crystal? We have zebra stone in regards to compassion. It's your root chakra. All right. And let's see what the fortune cards, tea leaf fortune cards have to say. And we already had one fall out. You have tower, a different tower. Solid foundation, success with effort. It's not like the tower in the tarot. We have grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. And we have flute. Disappointment in a friend or a lover. Okay. All right, well, not to worry. Aries, if you're seeing others around you, which you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others, but if that happens to be the case where you see others around you just getting that success, what you think is putting in little effort and, just rising to the top, that is coming to an end. So with this tower, the message here is success with effort. So this is a tower that's built on solid foundation is going to last when others have fallen. So the card, the message here is advising you that success rarely comes without great effort. It should always be built on a solid foundation. And it's kind of a reminder that success that appears overnight for some people around you that you're seeing generally leaves in the same manner. So what I'm picking up for some of you is you're going to see some of your colleagues either getting laid off or, there might have been a recent promotions going on. But now those exact same people, the jobs are being eliminated. I almost want to say it's karma coming into play. That could be why your next card is grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. This grasshopper is perfectly balanced, on this small blade of grass. Until it moves. And when it does move, it's going to have to move with great care or risk falling off. So this is advising you there are situations in the balance that require extremely delicate handling. And if you have a decision to make that is kind of like out of your league, so to speak, seek professional advice before attempting to resolve the issue at hand. But I feel for some of you, this is in regards to what I was picking up with the tower. Quick success for others, and then later down the line, very shortly after that success, there could be layoffs. And you're kind of hanging in the balance because you weren't one of those few that you envied. Why did they get that position? There's something going on behind the scenes. And also with the flute here, disappointment in a friend or a lover. It could be a coworker, a friend at work, where you might be disappointed. You might have put your faith, your trust in someone like a coworker. It can refer to a love partner as well. again, we're talking about, is it a strong foundation? In regards to a relation, is it a strong foundation in a friendship with someone in the workplace? So there's a situation that you could be dealing with this week that applies to what these cards are talking about. A situation that you have to handle. And, the zebra stone is suggesting stay rooted, grounded, have compassion for what happens. I feel like there's something that's going to be happening to people around you. Not you, but people around you. Let's see what else is coming through, Aries. But I just see something in the workplace. And that could be for some Aries, not all of you. Messages and guidance for Aries, please. There could be job eliminations, layoffs. And it can be positions where people were recently promoted and now those positions are the first to go. So it's like, ooh, you'd be glad that you weren't one of them. What's coming through for Aries? We have the Six of Wands. You're coming out on top. Look at this. This is a card of success, triumph. You're going to be a role model for others. Wow. Generally, this is in regards to the workplace. It can be that you toughed it out. You hung in there. You did the right thing, is what my guides are telling me. But there still could be a disappointment in someone around you. What else do we have? What else for Aries? And here we've got the work card, the Eight of Pentacles. You kept your, look at this. Yeah, my guys are saying you kept your nose to the grindstone in this crow etching away there. It's kind of like an indication that you didn't cause any ruckus. You were just kind of very, hanging on like this grasshopper to this blade of grass. Very careful in what you say or do or speak or anything, because you put so much time and effort. It can be the job that you currently have or the education for the job that you have. You're going to serve as a role model to others, the right thing to do. So you're kind of keeping your head down, putting your nose to the grindstone this week while this is all taking place. But with the zebra stone, you still have compassion for the people that are being affected. Even if it was someone that really disappointed you. What else? We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's the scales. Things are balancing out. Bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. A decision being made or that you'll have to make this week. Or I should say, I'm sorry, I said the Two of Wands. I meant the Two of Swords. So we have the Six of Wands. This is very fiery energy. It's Leo's card and energy. You're the one that's standing out. Look at that. That's you, Aries. You're the victor. You're the role model for others. Here's the others. And it's very much, I'm picking up a group setting. It can be within the community, but it still involves a group of people. So you could be an inspiration to them. The sixth energy, and you have it twice here, is now you did the right thing. You're going in the right direction. You're keeping that balance. We see the scales, the balance here. And this is in regards to the work that you do or whatever it is that you're working on. You just kept your head down, your nose to the grindstone. You kept at it, in regards to either some of you might be looking for a job. You kept at it, finding the right job. This is the work card. This is, your expertise, what you do well. And it can be something that is very repetitious that you've done over and over throughout the years. So this is kind of like, mastering the craft. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is, deciding who or what, that equal give and take. This can be in regards to a relationship. Very much can pertain to disappointment in a friend. That can apply, or a lover. We've got the flute. There's holes in the flute. There's holes in the relationship or the friendship. So you're kind of like weighing out the pros and cons to a situation, a very delicate situation here. But you're the victor. You're the one standing out. You're the one that kept things going, trying to keep that balance. And then here with the Two of Swords, seeing both sides of the situation, having compassion for whoever's involved, but still, I'm looking at these wands. I was right in the first place. I'm so sorry, Aries. I haven't used this deck in quite some time. It looked like swords, but this is what really tipped me off. The swords really look like swords in this deck. So that was my first hunch, especially with the two birds, it's still about going, like standing at the crossroads, waiting. And it's still in regards to making a decision. This is in regards to having the world in your hands. So this is playing out in the background. And then we have the King of Swords, seeing things from a very logical and practical. Taking your time. This is kind of like taking your time. Which path to take, so to speak. So that's going on in the background here. And that's in regards to a delicate situation. You're hanging in the balance, got your nose to the grindstone. Let's clarify, see if we can get any more information here, but sorry about that. That is the Two of Wands in this deck. Standing at the crossroads, kind of hanging in there, seeing how things play out. But we have the Six of Wands here, which is you standing out successful. You're going off in a new direction, okay, with the Fool, taking that leap of faith. So success with effort and careful handling. And here we go. We have the Chariot, with the possibly taking your talents elsewhere. Yeah, possibly taking your talents elsewhere. And the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, maybe returning to something that you used to do in the past. I'm picking up immediately with that. A lot of sixes here, which means that you're finding your way. You're going in the right direction. You're moving. You're building a solid foundation. You're kind of between the grasshopper, kind of like careful handling, and the Two of Wands, trying to decide what's best for you. And possibly making that decision. I feel there's a pro and con list here, and possibly thinking about something that you either wanted to do, or something that you did in the past, and returning to that. The cards are indicating you're moving in the right direction, Aries, but you're doing it very carefully, giving it a lot of thought. What's the final message here for Aries for the week? Final message. All right, here we go. Bigger and better experiences are coming your way. You may not be able to see it, but great things are coming together for you as you read this. Trust the process and let it unfold in divine timing. Move forward knowing that all is working out just fine. Wow. Definitely the Fool card energy. So Aries, that's the messages for the week ahead. Thank you so much for joining me and sending you love and abundance. Make it a great week.